What's going on, everybody? We're back, day number 8. Can you believe it? 8 days already. Today is day number 8, and we're back today hitting back. So over the course of the last 3 days, we have went in the gym and regained our animalistic mindset, our savage approach, and we went in there and just absolutely hammered it. And because of that, I am sore, I'm tired, I'm beaten down, but I feel good, I feel proud, I feel achieved having done that the last few days. But we're gonna go in one more day. Tomorrow we're gonna take a rest, but one more day, and we have to go harder, not longer, but harder than we did the last 3 days. And we're gonna do so hitting back. So we're gonna go in, we're gonna hit rows, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, low cable rows. We're gonna hit pull downs, and maybe just we'll hit pullovers. We'll probably hit cable abs, and then one more width exercise, and that'll be it. Because we'll probably hit a rear down in there too, and maybe a shrug variation. But we hit those in shoulders, and we have shoulders coming up on Saturday. So don't need to go too crazy there, but do need to hit the back. We obviously hit the biceps yesterday, so they're going to be a little bit fatigued and sore, so want to take them out of the equation as much as possible. But we're going to go in there and we're going to just hammer back. We're going to hit our rows. We're going to hit our width exercises, and that'll be it. Maybe a shorter lift today. I'm thinking maybe an hour and 30 minutes to hit the entirety of the back, throw a rear down and shrug, an ab. And we'll see, probably more towards an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours. But regardless, however long it takes, we're gonna go in there and absolutely smash the weights. I'm going in there hard-nosed, savage. The energy is up. We're ready to go today. We had a great walk outside earlier. The weather's nice in Houston. Everything is still climbing up the mountain, and I feel great about it. So I'm going to drink my moon juice, my special concoction of a pre-workout. It's gonna get me even more amped up. Can you believe that? Because I'm already firing at all cylinders. We're already ready to go. We feel great. It's 4 o'clock. We're gonna get in there. We'll be out by 6 o'clock. Then we have our whole evening to do whatever we please. And that's gonna be great. So without any more word smithing, we will see you in the gym. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Here we are back with another voice overview of this workout. And this is going to be the last one for the foreseeable future. I just got a new microphone in play, so we will go back to having the in-workout, mic'd up version of this channel. But anyways, we started out here, barbell rows, 135 for warm-up. Then we got into the working set. So last time I did 225. This time it's up to 245, and this is kind of where I stalled out on the bulk, but I am back at least to maintaining this weight. So the goal will be at least to be hitting 245 when I'm doing rows, and if not, going up. If we can do it, let's keep pushing, let's keep going up, let's lock in and get better every single time. But my emphasis when I was doing these rows were every single set get a little bit better as far as the mind-muscle connection. The first set was more grip and rip, more brutish. Second set, I'm starting to get into the rhythm. And then third set, I'm starting to really feel the muscle. And that's, I believe this one right here, this is the third or fourth set. But anyways, the last 2 sets, I really got into feeling the meat of the back. And what we're working on here is just below the area under the sleeve line. If you see where my sleeve meets my back, that towards my waist, the whole back is working, the low back and the medium back here with the rows. And it was great to be able to lift those under a heavy load. So that's creating a lot of tension, getting the back pre-exhausted for the rest of the workout. And it just feels good to be able to move weight in a row. It really gets the entire nervous system fired up. So that was the first exercise. We finished there, and then we were going to go to dumbbell rows, but every single bench was occupied. So I said, never fear, let me just move on to the next exercise. It's also a rowing movement, also for the medial back, the meat of the back. This is low cable row. And what I'm thinking here is I'm picturing my rib cage and the muscles that surround it going towards the back and thinking about stretching those and contracting those. It's not a big range of motion movement, but it is a big feel set movement. You have to really feel this. And if you can get it down, you'll get a great pump from this. That's why I like to do it after both, free weight rowing motions. But today I did a little different, and I still really enjoyed it. So as you can see there, back's pumped after those 2 exercises. But now let's get on to the bread and butter. We got 1 arm dumbbell rows, and we're back to 115. Great weight. This is also the top of the weight capacity that I reached when I was on the bulk. And I think they're moving pretty well. Now, even though I'm depleted, even though they're pre-exhausted, I think that these moved pretty well, and I'm happy with how I did. And it just feels so refreshing to get back in the gym and feel like me again, feel like a beast, feel like I'm going hard, I'm lifting heavy weight. But not only am I lifting heavy weight, I'm doing so in a manner I'm not tired, I'm not drained after each set. I feel great, I feel refreshed, I feel good to go, and I'm pulling whole back here. And what you want to focus on, you want that good full stretch, but you don't want to get your shoulder out of socket, because what happens when you go shoulder out of socket is you start to work the rear delt more than the medial back. And this is, for me, a medial back focused exercise. So I want to keep all of the tension there, and I want to keep the load high. So here we go. We're just chugging along. We did 4 sets of these, 12 each way. And if you do that with good tempo, good pace, in between the sets, you will be tired afterwards. So this was to finish off the meat of the back, the medial back. We did 3 exercises. Each one of them we did 4 sets, and each one of them we went as hard as we could. Now, we don't go past maximum capacity. I feel like that is a recipe for injury. We didn't do that. We went heavy as we could for 12 reps with good tempo. Now, of course, after I get to 12 reps, I could do some cheat reps, but there's no need to do that. I've already properly taxed the muscle, properly earned the pump. It's fine. Go on to the next. And I'm still going as hard as possible. The way I think about it is I have 12 reps to go as hard as I can. Each individual rep is a set in and of itself and an opportunity to get better. So I have 12 reps to get better. That allows me to focus on the squeeze and tension for each individual rep, knowing that I only have 12 to do it. It's like when you hit your last back exercise and you know you have 5 days until you get to hit it again, you're gonna make sure you hit that last exercise as hard as you can, because you don't have the opportunity to improve yourself until that next time. Same idea here for the 12 reps. Now, could I go 13, 14, 15 with some cheat reps? Yeah, of course, but I feel like that takes out the basic premise of my sets, which are each reps count specifically for themselves. So the way you're going to improve is time under tension in each specific rep. You know, when you're lifting weights, there's certain reps that just feel better than others. The ones that feel like you're really tearing the muscle down, that is where you're going to grow the most. So that's my philosophy. We are finished with the medial back. Now we are on to the width of the back. We've finished with thickness, and now we're working for the width. When I'm doing this pull down movement, we have 190 on the rack, and we're focused on the area right underneath, hold on here, guy passing, the armpit. So look at the armpit, the area right underneath it, that round muscle shape that forms the top of the V of the lats. It looks good in a lat spread, front or back. That is what this exercise is for. Now, I am using a little bit more momentum, but what you can see here, and what I believe is, drastically important, is going all the way up at the top. You want to fully extend your elbows and really get all the way up at the top. And doing that, you will maximize your growth potential. Same thing here when we go to close grip pull downs. Now, what this is working is a little bit different muscle. It's under the scapula and more towards the inner back, rather than right on the outside by the armpit. But the premise of full extensions are the same, because think about it. If you leave out that extra range of motion, that is, 10, 20% of growth potential that you are missing out on. So if you just add that to your repertoire, that every single rep I go full range of motion, you will increase your muscle capacity and your ability to do heavier weight. So we returned to one more set wide grip. I wanted to ensure that I really finished off the muscle and felt good. As you can see, all the way up, every single rep, you want to go all the way up, extend your elbows, and that is how you are going to take this exercise at least to the next level. Now you can start to use some momentum towards the end. Of course it's heavy, of course you're tired and fatigued, but you want to make sure that you're doing full range of motion. So after that, we did cable pullovers. We are approaching the end of the workout, just a few left. But this is focused on the serratus as well as the lats. But the way I do it, I really think about most the serratus, which are the finger-like muscles, the shark fin-like muscles underneath your pec and on your rib cage. So I also work this muscle when I do chest and I do dumbbell pullovers, but I believe it's important to work this muscle. I believe it's a very aesthetic muscle and looks spectacular when you're lean. So if I could advise you, I would say make sure you're adding these to your repertoire. So here we go, finish those. Next up, I wanted to do the reverse pec deck for rear delt. So this is a rear delt exercise. I'm doing dumbbell rear delts at 45 pounds. The goal is to lean over and pinch your shoulder blades together. These are rear delt exercises, but I wanted to do the reverse pec deck. It was broken. Did these instead and got a great pump. I did 4 sets of 12, and I'm really thinking about spreading my scapula apart and then pulling it together. This is a scapula movement, and in that, you can see the rear delt is the muscle that's doing that. Of course, your scapulas are bones. Your rear delts are moving them. And of course, the inner trapezius also helps. But the way that we're doing the exercise, we're focusing on the rear delt. Perfect. So then we moved on to shrugs. I did cable shrugs to switch it up a little bit. As you know, I usually do easy bar shrugs. I did 4 sets of 12 of these. I only took got 2 sets on film, but these will burn you out. I did 4 sets of 25. I don't know if I just said 12, but I did 4 sets of 25 each way, front and back. So 50 total reps per exercise or per set, and 4 sets. So 200 total reps of shrugs. And if you guys do this at the end of your back workout, your traps are going to be blown out of the water. You can see them right here, looking pretty good. So I recommend to add this at least on one of your back days. Anyways, next and last, as you guys know, we're finishing with abs, and I want to keep cooking on the abs. The abs are a great muscle group for aesthetics and being able to show. When I am lean, I have great blocky abs. When I'm bulked up, a lot of my fat sits on my abdomen and my lower back. So this is just something to look forward to as we're getting more lean. We will have better looking abs, but you gotta build them here, and I'm building them with these cable ab exercises. Happy to be doing so. So that was pretty much it. This is the finale of the lift, I guess I should say. We got in there, we got the job done, and we went hard on the back, and we deserved the rest day that we get tomorrow. So, bow.
Bam, back.
What's going on, guys? Here we are back in the kitchen post back day. What a back day it was. We went in there, we went as hard as we could. I know we had to do another voiceover because I'm having some microphone difficulties, but we got new microphones, or new connector, I guess it is, that's been messing up. We got that in today, so it just came after I went to the gym. So next time we will have a mic'd up workout. You guys will return to the usual content. But for these last 2 videos, we've had a little bit of a voiceover. Nothing wrong with it, changes it up just a little bit. But anyways, what a back day. 245 for the rows, felt good. Felt heavy, but felt good. 115 back on the dumbbell rows. We're back to where we used to be. And everything else went swimmingly. It all went really good according to plan. I gave everything I had. I really was in there sweating, feeling good. And now I've deserved a well-earned rest day tomorrow. So no programming tomorrow, but I will be enjoying the day off because I need it, because I'm depleted and I'm tired and I'm sore and I'm beat up, and I don't have the normal allotment of calories. So that's going to change on Saturday when the Cleveland Browns play in the playoffs here in Houston against the Texans. I will be having a great meal, a cheesesteak, probably 2 cheesesteaks. I know it'll be good. It'll replenish a lot of my glycogen, and it's just a fancy diet trick in order to trick your body into maintaining the muscle, filling up the glycogen stores while depleting the fat reserves throughout the week. So you go, in this case, it's going to be 10 days, well, maybe 9 days of very low calories and carbs. And then on the 10th day, boom, you spike the calories. And because you're so depleted and in such a deficit, all of the excess are going to go into the muscle, and none of it, almost none of it, probably close to none of it, is going to be stored as fat. So that's very advantageous. The muscles are crying, they're screaming, they're yelling for some nutrients, and we're going to give it to them on Saturday. And I'm very excited for that. And you know, this thing about bodybuilding is it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's a day by day monotonous process, and it's really a question of who can do the same thing over and over again for the longest amount of time. And so that's why, you know, every day I come in, I make this video, you guys get to watch it, and it's a way to keep track of the journey, but also keep the journey on task. So every day we're coming in, you know, it's a lot of the same thing, but that's good. If you're doing a lot of the same thing the right way, you're going to make immense progress over time. And that is what we're looking for, is progress, is getting bigger, better, leaner than we were. And I think if you look back at my video series, you can tell I've made a lot of progress, and that is exactly what we want. And this would be my recommendation. Let's say I'm your coach and I'm telling you what to do and how to feel better, be better, and be more successful, just strictly talking about building your physique. The first thing I would tell you to do is weigh in and take pictures every single morning. Buy a scale, get a good mirror, weigh in and take pictures every single morning. Because let's say it's 3 months later and you want to see what you look like 3 months ago, you can pull up that picture very quickly. And one, that'll either tell you that, hey, you're on track, look how far you've came, look at the motivation you can extract from seeing the transformation that you've been able to partake, or you can say, wow, I haven't really changed that much. I need to get back into gear. So the best case scenario is you take a picture every day, and then 3 months later you make tremendous progress, and you look at the picture side by side and you really just get wowed by what you've been able to do. Because what happens is, this is what happens, and this is very important. We see our bodies literally every single day. And without the passage of time, it is hard to perceive the changes that are happening. Everybody has a slightly gray tinted, glass colored opinion of what they are seeing from themselves. They call it body dysmorphia. Everybody has just a little bit of it. And you know, it's like when you're a little kid and you haven't seen your grandma for a long time, you get there and she tells you need a haircut. Well, you're like, wow, I didn't even notice, because you look at your hair every day. You don't notice it growing because you see it so often. And that's exactly like your body. But if you take a picture every single day, you'll be able to go back, however the amount of time you want to go back, you know, even if it could be a year. Let's say you do this for a year. When you go back to a year ago, on the day that you want to have some extra motivation, you look at that picture and you say, wow, that's quite impressive. So I videotape everything I do every single day. I know I haven't given a physique update. I need to do that soon. Maybe we'll get that on the Sunday episode. I don't know. Time will tell, but we need to get that taken care of again. But anyways, I see myself in the gym. I see myself what I look like when I'm lifting each particular muscle group. And that is a very, not only motivating thing for me, it's a way to stay on track and stay knowing that the things I am doing are working, that the monotony is leading towards progress, And at the end of the day, that's all we want is progress. We want to be better versions of ourselves because that's the only thing that we can do. That's what we can control. Those are the cards in our hands. So it's how you play the cards, get your poker face on, and play the cards to your best of your ability. And before you know it, you'll start getting new cards because of the skills that you've earned from playing the cards that you had. So you start looking better, you start getting more opportunities, more people start trying to talk to you, more girls find you attractive. Everything just levels up a little bit because you've been putting in the work and building the skills. So that's the story. Little insight for you tonight. I'm going to start doing more of this. I think that it's a good thing for me to kind of get it out of me and explain it in a way that's digestible, that can help you guys out. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Everybody that watches my video, I absolutely love you. And we're all in this together. I'm trying to make us a force to be reckoned with. So as always, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. I would be happy to help you. And let's really build this thing. Let's keep going. Let's be the best version of ourselves. And if we're the best version of ourselves, as good as we can do that, we go as hard as we can being the best version of ourselves, odds are we're going to beat a lot of other people that aren't being the best version of themselves. Just by showing up and being the best version of yourself, you'll win. That's the part they don't tell you. You know, even if they have immense gifted ability, if they don't show up and put the work in and they aren't being the best version of themselves, they're not becoming every single day, you're going to win just by being the best version of yourself. So remember that next time you compare yourself to somebody or you feel like you're not where you want to be, keep showing up, keep being the best version of yourself day after day, and then eventually things will fall into place. That's how the universe works. But anyway, enough of that. Go Cleveland. This will be my last video. I think so. My last video until after the game. So the next video you'll see will be after the game. So go Cleveland. Need them to win. I love my Browns. I'm sorry, Houston. I'm sorry, Texans. But, you know, you got a bright future. It's just not this year for you. So I'm excited for that. We're going to have a great meal. It's going to be a fantastic Saturday. It's Thursday night right now. We're taking tomorrow off. We're going to do cardio still. Saturday, we're going to wake up, get a lift in, get our food, and watch the game. So that's the story. We'll see you guys next time for Shoulders and Chest.